everyone from different fields, different domains, and if they have done something significant in their lives, they have the chance to be at the wall.
Curious about what life is like at Hansraj College, Delhi University? Well, join us as we deep dive into the world of campus life, share insider tips, student experiences, invaluable advice, and explore everything you need to know about admissions.
Raj has been a beautiful journey. And of course, we have the Wall of Pride or Pride of Hansraj. And they have all the different alumni who have done some amazing work in their field. And what's the best part about that wall is that, irrespective of the field you are in, we have all the civil service officers, we have people from the entertainment industry over there. So everyone from different fields, different domains, and if they have done something significant in their lives, they have the chance to be at the wall. So, it's not necessary that you have to be part of any one specific arena or any one specific domain. Whatever you do, whatever you achieve, the college is going to recognize you. So that's the best part of shifted to CUET. Now you have a very rank-based system. So specific ranks are allotted to students and they map their own preferences based on colleges, based on courses they wish to pursue. So it has actually made it easier for the college authorities to, have a specific intake which they can actually handle as per the infrastructure. So I think the move was pretty great, and the reliance on only 12th class board exams did create a lot of stress for all the students, at least for us as well. So I think CUET has the different options, the exposure given to students to select that, you can rank the colleges on the basis of the course that you wish to pursue, gives a lot of options to the students to explore that, okay, I can go for this course as well, I can appear for this course as well. So I think that's a pretty brilliant.
This is Hansraj page on shiksha.com. So this page is very important because we have all the relevant information, the reviews and ratings that we want to discuss and show here. So I think some of you are also asking about the cutoff. So Hansraj college admission process will take place only once you appear for CVT, and then only I think the college admission process starts, post the results come out after CVT, right? So I'm just showing you the entire page, what all important things are mentioned here. So I think we have mentioned about the courses, the reviews, the admission, the placements, the cutoffs, the rankings. These are the things that we are going to mention here. And I'll quickly jump to the reviews page, which is very important. So if you can see, guys, the college has been rated 4.3 out of 5, which is a pretty decent rating that the college has received. And if you look at the component ratings, I think the highest one is the crowd and campus life, right? It's 4.6 that students have rated, that they love the crowd and the campus life. They love the faculty. They really adore the course curriculum. They love the infrastructure. And then comes, of course, the value for money is there. Punya, when we enroll into any college or university, you really look for value for money, right? The ROI. Like, if I'm investing in, I should definitely get something in return, or is it value for money? So that thing really is high here. So that is one good point for all of you seeking admission at Hansraj College under Delhi University, and of course the placements, right? So we're going to look at some of the reviews here that have been mentioned. The likes that students have given here about the placement. So there are some good brands that we could see here, and the placements are good that I could see here. The industry projects, the employment opportunities. So these are the things that students have really mentioned. The courses, of course, that this college offers, right? So BSc, BCom, BA, MSc, MA. Apart from this, these are the entire list, right? The BA honors, BCom honors. So these are the UG degrees that they offer, right? And if you look at this part, so these are the green flags that the college offers, right?
as well. So because of that, you have a range of job profiles that come on campus. You have a range of companies that are coming for placements. And at the same time, I would say that sometimes few companies do place certain restrictions because there are certain job profiles or certain job descriptions for which they require people from specific background. So I would say that if I have to pinpoint certain courses that might have the advantage, I would say it would be economic honors and BCom honors.
Right. Okay, since you spoke about BCom honors, Chirag wants to know that
Of course, Delhi University is also famous for its leniency, which they show, at least for some colleges, not for all, because then again, the attendance criteria somewhat gets reduced to college specific approaches as well. So for Hansraj, as far as attendance is concerned, they have the basic criteria that Delhi University holds, which is 67% attendance. But then again, we have seen students who have done or have been exceptionally active in terms of competitions, in terms of internships. So the college does offer some kind of bandwidth when it comes to you might be seeking an NOC for an internship. So that could be a possibility, but then again, it really depends on the professor and the HOD that you would be approaching that or to get all those documents. But a basic minimum criteria of 67 is definitely there. And why this debate always, and even when I was seeking admission, I came across a lot of such articles pinpointing North Campus versus South Campus. And when I'm myself there at this place, I understand that why North Campus might be having such kind of vibe created, because firstly, the access to different colleges, since they are located very near to each other, and each of the college in the North Campus has established itself as a tier 1 college of undergraduation in the country. So be it SRCC, be it Hindu, be it Hansraj, be it KMC. So you have those top-notch colleges very approachable within that certain area. So it becomes very accessible to have conversations with students from different colleges, to have some kind of collaborations with different colleges. That gives a lot of exposure, and at the same time you have a lot of events which you can definitely end up attending, a lot of guest lectures, a lot of sessions, speaker sessions, any kind of since a lot of societies are also active, so every society conducts its own session, any kind of activity, any kind of competition. So that creates a whole new vibe in the entire campus. Economics is a very popular course, and the reason for that is because it does pose some kind of a difficulty as you progress in your undergraduate studies. You have to use certain mathematical concepts, you have to deal with a lot of graphs, equations, theorems. So it does possess some kind of edge as well when it comes to getting any opportunity after your undergraduate studies. So first things first is that if you don't wish to continue in economics further, you can definitely look for maybe a job directly after undergraduation. And like I said, that in Hansraj, of course, placements are good, but again, some companies do place restrictions on the kind of course that you are pursuing. So again, economics and BCom does offer you some kind of edge over the rest when you are sitting for placements. The second option is that you can definitely enter or go for your masters, which is MBA, one of the most popular ones. And then again, even in that, I have seen a lot of my seniors who appeared for that examination and who were able to crack certain institutes, that they had this edge because they were pursuing economic honors rather than BBA in their undergraduate studies, because they develop this kind of knack for mathematics, for solving equations and stuff. So it gives them that edge. And then thirdly, you can obviously continue your studies further within economics. So if you wish to go in for masters in economics, that is also an option. And now since the new rules have been rolled out, that if you are pursuing a 4-year undergraduate degree, you can actually directly go for your PhD as well. So a lot of the people who are pursuing economics, they wish to go into the research field. right? So they can definitely go in for their PhD. They can definitely have certain research papers being published under their name. So that is again an option. And then lastly, within economics, you have a lot of branches that are also becoming a lot popular. So you have behavioral economics, wherein you have a combination of economics and psychology. You have development economics, which I myself am interested in pursuing ahead. So maybe like after my job experience, of course. So you have such kind of prospects available right from a non-economics field to masters in economics or even in branch of economics. I think Hansraj has to lead when it comes to students' engagements in cultural and social activities, and one of the major reasons for the fact and for that is that you have those many societies in the college, and you have the option of choosing from these many societies, as well as the fact that they range from say dance societies, dramatic societies, to certain societies that deal with consulting, certain societies that deal with finance and research. So a lot of options are offered to the students that even if they weren't able to pursue something in their schooling years, or they wish to pursue something right now along with their academics, they have that option. And the societies are so many that actually every other day there is some kind of event that is happening in the college, because every society has to conduct certain kind of sessions, certain kind of competitions. So you'll see a lot of stuff going on within the college premises itself every other day. So it's not very easy to book any conference hall because it might already be taken. So that's the kind of engagement the students have when it comes to the social and cultural aspect of things.